hello. My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. In the last episode, we asked the Dalish if they knew any good places for some ironbark, and they did point out a location. Unfortunately, it is filled with darkspawn, but you know what? I think we can take them out. So, let's head straight there. Let's get right into this. And afterwards, we will be heading down the Wounded Coast, I believe, to take out the last batch of Flint Company mercenaries. Now then, hello? Darkspawn. Well, I see something shiny over there. And a dead guy. Oh, hello! Go, go, go. Everyone haste. Get him. Oh, you! Bugger off. Don't ignore me. There we go. And you. Yes. Vengeance. Vengeance for our beloved Bethany. Now then, I'm still not seeing any of this ironbark, but let's have a bit of an explore. Why don't we? Oh, what the Jesus, Fenris! Fenris, you scared the shit out of me! And summon the dog. Yes! Go, go, go. Oh, hello. You know, sneaking up behind me really isn't that polite. You maybe shouldn't do it. Oh, hello. Go, go. And next. Everyone, double time. There we go. Oop, over here. Hello. Oh, he's a big bugger. But they've got this. Hey, Fenris and Isabella, you know, handled him very well. Did you drop something? Thank you for the money. Yeah, there's the pure ironbark. Hello. Lovely jubbly. Now then, I wonder if maybe we could go and tell the Dalish that we've cleared out the area. Genuinely, I'm not entirely sure if that's possible or not. We might as well check. There's no harm just going and have a little look-see. Oh, and don't you worry, Herlock, I'm not forgetting about you. Yoink. Thank you kindly. Okay, yeah, that appears to be everything. We can head on off. Head on out, rather. Now then, let's see. Yeah, the Wounded Coast. Now then, where are they chilling at? Oh, they're just up here. And there's nothing else for us here. Good stuff. Because we already explored everything.
You've never met a Dalish before, have you?
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Dalish aren't much like the elves in the cities.
The smug sense of superiority does give you away.
Meryl, why? I am in complete agreement with Fenris there, because I don't know what Meryl was trying to get at there. It feels to me like she was trying to fish for compliments, like, oh, you've never met a Dalish, have you? We're so different from the elves in the cities. And I don't know what she expected there, because anyone is going to say, love, you're acting like an arsehole right now. That's the difference I've noticed. Oh, Meryl. Again, that's less of a problem I have with Meryl. That's just a problem I think is found amongst a large amount of Dalish. They just think they are so much better than the city elves. And haste. There we go. Okay, who next? Come on, go down. There we go. Last one. There we go. Good stuff. All of the Flint Company mercenary groups were dealt with. Return to the Chantry and tell Prince Sebastian Vale that his family is avenged. Good stuff. Megan Vale's locket. Oh. That's a scummy thing to do. You've been hired to kill someone. Okay, that's... You probably shouldn't be doing that, but whatever. If that's how you make your living, fair dues. But to, like, take their shit afterwards and wear it, because, like, you don't have a locket in your pocket, you wear them. That's... What can you expect from sellswords, though? Would you expect anything less? I very quickly just want to see if I can go and tell Master Island that we cleared out the Darkspawn and that the Dalish can go and resupply their iron bark. Hello again. I hope you're having a good day guarding the clan.
First, I swear. 3 days in a row, I'm shot at.
Now then, Master Island.
You've returned. Is there something you need?
Okay, there isn't.
I don't need anything right now.
Of course.
To be fair, I thought there wasn't. I just wanted to double check.
I know just what to say to put my mind at ease.
I don't think there's any harm in double checking. I'd rather spend that little bit of extra time and be wrong than to just think, oh no, I'm being silly and miss out on, you know, maybe potentially like an entire quest chain or whatever. Now then, who do we want to go to first? Let's go to the gallows. Amelia likes the gallows. Remember to save your game frequently. Thank you, game. Now then,
This one time, I was sailing to Lemerin, and there was a fight between 2 of my men. It was over a dice game, or the last piece of toast or something. Sailors, they're touchy about their toast.
Is this going anywhere?
It will if you let me finish. So, there's a knife fight, and Jim ends up with a broken-off blade stuck in his shoulder. It's very deep in there, and we're out at sea at least a week from the nearest port. If you were there, you could have reached in and plucked that blade right from his flesh.
That's your whole point?
Pretty much.
Fenris, don't talk about Isabella that way. When she is giving you uses for your magical fisting thing, you listen to the lady. Thank you. It was a good story, Isabella. Now then, Salivatus. Have the thing.
Pure ironwood. It's perfect.
I'm glad you think so. Now then, to Amelia's other favoritist place in Kirkwall. The Chantry. Now then, hello, friendo.
So, will anyone smite me if I tell you I killed the men who wronged your family?
Excuse me, who are... My post to the Chanter's board? Did Her Grace let that stay? I thought for sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Sirrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vale, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line. Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
Interesting. I'm glad I could help. Where's my money? No. This guy, he's a brother in the Chantry, or at least he was. You know, his entire family was murdered. I said this before and I'll say it again. Amelia can only imagine what that must feel like, and she doesn't ever want to find out. So I think she'd just be glad that she could help this guy out.
Your parents probably don't care much at this point, but I hope you sleep a bit easier.
Yes, I hope I will. Thank you. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
You see, Amelia? You see, you could get with a very compatible yet boring man and live out your days, but instead you choose pain. Amelia, why do you do this? Why do you do this, girl? Now that was all the plans I made for today's episode ahead of time. Let's see. Do I want to go and do... We still have so many secondary plots, and I'm leaving shepherding wolves until last. Let me see, because I have made notes. I'm trying to be precise with this. You know what? The bone pit. We've had that for ages. We'll go and do that. Now then, I need a party select screen. Where can I find one of those? We can find one at the Hanged Man. First things first, though. Banter.
Do you have a parrot, Isabella? What would I want a parrot for? What about a peg leg? Do you have one of those? You can see that I don't, dear. Eye patch? I'm disappointing you terribly, aren't I? And no hook for a hand either. Seems that Varric's pirate stories are awfully inaccurate. He knows, kitten. He likes them better that way.
I love how skeptical Meryl sounded. Do you have a parrot? What about a peg leg? I'm like, oh, like, I love Meryl's voice actress. I think she does a cracking job, even if I find myself being like, Meryl, no, why? Throughout most of the game. Okay. Thanks for that, guys. That made me smile. Now then, who am I bringing along for the bone pit? According to my notes, I want to bring Aveline and Varric. So we got a free slot. Who do we want to bring along? Oh, I'm tempted by Anders because we haven't had him in a while. You know what? Go on. Let's bring him along. Let's suffer. Ooh, they've all leveled. Okay, you want 2 Constitution, 1 Strength. And you can have that. Varric, you want 2 Cunning, 1 Dex. And you can have that. You want 2 magic, 1 willpower. And, ooh, I was going into elemental and creation with you, wasn't I? Ah, better haste. No, wait, that's not better haste. Damn it. But we can't get better haste. Boo. That is an upgrade. Let's go for that. I'm probably not going to upgrade his glyphs. Because let's be honest, he never uses them. Okie doke. Lovely jubbly. And whilst I'm thinking about it... Okay, that's... Wait a minute, what? Oh, that requires 24 strength. Yeah, we can sell both of these, when I remember. And... Buddy. The +1 cunning is good. You know, I could save that for Sebastian, really. Yeah, I might just sell off most of these, because I can't see them being better. Yeah, that's restricted to Anders. Okay. Yeah, let's head out into Lowtown. I can sell off my stuff, then we'll go and do the bone pit.
I could use your consult, Anders.
Bring it to Darktown and I'll get you a salve or something.
What? No. I need to know some things about mages.
Why?
I'm a guard. I'm the first person who has to deal with... trouble.
You want help killing people like me?
Not every mage can be trusted.
Nor every guard.
Aveline, if you want help killing mages, ask Amelia. She will happily tell you if there are mages that are causing harm to innocent citizens and making the guards' work difficult. Ask Amelia. She's more than happy to help you out, love. Yeah, we want to keep that one. These can all go. Ah, yes, and we're back up to 50. That's good. We can sell all the junk. Good stuff. Now then, the nearest exit is up here. Rightio, let's take care of Hubert's little problem. I do like this quest. Also, did you hear that? That low grumble there? I wonder what it could have been.
Hubert's miners must be a desperate lot to work here.
Yeah, they're... I love this area. I think those are wolves. That sounds like wolves to me, or maybe coyotes. But yeah, Hubert said he was hiring Fereldans because, one, they were the only people desperate enough and not superstitious who were willing to work here. Where's this going? The scattered remains of an infamous dwarf, Arintol by name, worked out of the docks mostly before going missing. Okay, doke. That's nice. Well, it's not nice that he's dead, obviously, but... It's nice that we'll be able to take his remains to, you know, someone that cares about him, hopefully. I love this. I love this so much. You're right. Summon the dog. And haste. There we go. Bugger off. There we go. Hit him. And you stop attacking Aveline. Oh, more incoming. Go, Dane has the right idea. Get in there, Puppa. Everyone's doing all right for health. Jesus, the music. I only noticed how goddamn ominous the music is here. Jeez. What a beautiful sound. That is clearly nothing dangerous or terrifying in the slightest. It is clearly just... It was like an owl. Probably a day owl, you know, those common creatures. Yoink. And the bone pit. Sir, I interviewed the surviving slave this morning. She was horror-struck, but managed to tell me her chilling story. The overseer lined 17 slaves up, one behind the other at the lip of the quarry. The second slave in line was ordered to push the man in front over the edge. The third slave pushed the second, the fourth the third, and on it went. Workers in the quarry heard the screams, the crack of bone against rock, and then the survivors' anguished cries as the overseer's dragonlings feasted on the 16 helpless bodies splayed upon the quarry's basin. The woman who told me this story was the 17th in line, spared only because no one stood behind her. Sir, I recommend we stop this ugly practice. Effective as it may be in motivating workers, it's also bringing our mind notoriety as a death trap. Stories of the bone pit swirl throughout Kirkwall. The veil is thin enough here, and above that pit it is practically ready to sunder. We risk more than simple rebellion should the Overseer be allowed to continue. A letter from Prefects Centarius, 35 Ancient. Prefect Centarius. The outpost of the Maharian Quarry is up almost a third this season, and the Overseer has received a commendation from the Archon himself. You will speak of your findings to no one. A response from Magister Quillen, 35 Ancient. Oh, that's just sad. We have this guy who's clearly like, I'm uncomfortable with all of this. I'm gonna speak up for the slaves, and because, you know, oh well, profits are up considerably, so we're just gonna ignore this. Oh, what? I'd like to say that Tevinter has changed since then, but we all know it hasn't. We all know that Tevinter is still that way inclined, shall we put it. Now then, the way we have to go is up there, so I'm gonna leave that for right now. Navarra! Hello. Yoink. The fourth time I attempted to cross the border into Navarra from Orlais and was turned back by chevaliers, I decided to take the more roundabout path. A ship back to Ferelden and then another to Navarra. The outcome was more than worth the trouble. The whole country is filled with artistry, from the statues of heroes that litter the streets in even the meanest villages, to the glittering golden college of Magi in Cumberland. Perhaps nowhere is more astonishing than the vast necropolis outside Navarra city. Unlike most other followers of Andraste, the Navarrans do not burn their dead. Instead, they carefully preserve the bodies and seal them in elaborate tombs. Some of the wealthiest Navarrans begin construction of their own tombs while quite young, and these become incredible palaces, complete with gardens, bathhouses, and ballrooms. Utterly silent, kept only for the dead. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi, yet another place that I hope we can see in the Dragon Age franchise. I think there's a chance that we might see Navarra in Dragon Age 4, because I think that fits with the theme. You know, we're obviously going to Tevinter and the Anderfels, and those are both places with quite heavy connections to death. Not as heavy as Navarra itself, but, you know, the Anderfels is described as being desolate because they've had so many blights that nothing will grow, and the dead can't even decay there. Tevinter has a long history of blood magic, and with blood magic comes deaths. So I think Navarra is slightly more likely to be visited, you know, rather than, say, Starkhaven, which is, you know, very bright and cheery in comparison. If I were a gambling woman, I wouldn't be willing to put money on Navarra being in Dragon Age 4. I don't like those odds, but I'd say there's a chance. Let's put it like that. Yeah, we can't go down there. Let's see what's over this way first, before journeying forwards. Got some elf fruit. Oh, hello. The Enigma of Kirkwall. I'm glad I came this way. It is as we thought. The quarries of Kirkwall were found after the city was sacked by the Imperium and after they started constructing the city. Another one of those day owls. Where am I? Yes. The Imperium found the mineral wealth, not the indigenous people. The histories give conflicting accounts on who lived here before the Imperium. Some say the Alamari. Some say the Dayfads. I think that's how you pronounce that. We do know it was a barbarian people who had little need of the metals in the hills. So why did the Imperium come here in such force? It is hard to disprove Brother Mikhail's theory that the natural harbour would be important for their armies. But magisters ruled, not common men. What barrier would a simple sea pose to them? The wars with the Alamari wouldn't start until centuries later. Each clue we find only leads to more questions, but we will not give up. Underneath a pile of small boulders carved with curious markings and signed the Band of Three. I really hope I find all of the Enigma of Kirkwall Codex entries. I think they're so interesting. They pose a lot of questions, but I really like that about that, you know, series of Codex entries. Hello, we have a crate. Yoink. Lovely. And nothing over here. Anything up here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, this is just a dead end. Now then, I am almost out of time for this episode, so I'm gonna stop right in front of the cave. Ooh, hello.
Generations of slaves died in that mine. I can still feel their cries for justice.
Buddy, that is that demon speaking right there. I know that. Because normal people don't be talking like that. You dumb... No, that is worrying. Now, before we go any further, Codex entries. I don't think we have many. Hoburg... Oh, flippin' heck. God damn, what is this name? Hoburg of Gelgenig the Faithful. Not all of the Alamari tribes flocked to Andraste. Especially on the borders of the Kokari wilds, her words found scant purchase. Decades after her death, many Alamari held true to the gods of their ancestors. Missionaries braved these hard lands, only to become martyrs of the faith. And so it was until the Alamari were embroiled in a bitter war for survival against the Chasens and Avars, when the leader of the Ash Warriors, Gelgenig, received a vision of Andraste. The charismatic barbarian travelled throughout Ferelden, telling his tale and unifying the fractious bands against the word of the Maker. Oh, excuse me, I completely misread that. telling his tale and unifying the fractious bands around the word of the Maker. The Ash Warriors ever since have been fervent in their faith to the Maker. To the Ash Warriors, Gelgenig's armor is a religious relic, but it was lost in the Navaran campaign of 869 Blessed. Very interesting. The Mountain Father's Haft. The Frostbacks run red with barbarian blood. We found their sacred caves and claimed their most holy relics. When the soldiers came out of the mountain cave and brandished this weapon, the Avars rose up in a mighty furor. We had to put down every man, woman, and child. It was as if they'd gone rabid. Before they perished, their witch woman pronounced a curse so vile and treasonous, 3 soldiers had to be whipped to re-establish discipline. Our guide says this axe is a sacred weapon, a weapon of the gods. We plan to march further into the mountains to defeat the last of the tribes. Surely there cannot be more than 1,000 left. I have every confidence that by next spring these barbarians will plague us no more. Then we can turn our attention fully to the Chastened and Alamari. Although this axe may look crude, I assure you that it is of enormous importance to these backwards people. Consider it the first spoils of many. Last letter to Magister Telerio from the First Tevinter expedition against the Avars, 483 TE, Tevinter Imperium, there we go. And lastly, Willem's Bulwark. From the fair and deadly Lady Shayna to his faithful squire Sir Tillers, much is known of the companions of Calenhad, the first king of United Ferelden. But seldom do bards recount the tales of Willem, Halfir, and the Ash Warriors. While noble Calenhad was trying to assemble a nation, he found himself greatly outnumbered by Tern Simeon's forces. It seemed a foregone conclusion that Calenhad would fall, but on the advice of Aldanon the Wise, Calenhad ventured deep into the Brazilian forest in search of allies. Those woods have a fearsome reputation, and after a fortnight of waiting for their liege to re-emerge, his men lost hope. And then Calenhad returned, with Willem Halfir by his side and the Ash Warriors behind him. Although the Ash Warriors' numbers were relatively few, they turned the tide in the Battle of White Valley. Halfir and his men breached the enemy's van, allowing Calenhad and Lady Shayna to kill Tern Sinium and unite the land. Sitting at the Ash Warriors' campfire, listening to them tell the tale of the prowess of Willem Halfir, it has become clear to me that his role in the formation of our kingdom is greatly underestimated. From Annals of the Scarlet March by Brother Bedin, Chantry Scholar. Very interesting, and at long last, items is done. We read the Bone Pit, we read Navarra. We read that. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, good stuff. There you go, and you. Alrighty then. In the next episode, we will head into the Bone Pit and see just what attacked the miners. Was it day owls? Who knows? Could be, could maybe not be. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.